So my hot take is there really aren't low light plants, just plants that barely tolerate it or maybe even just die slower in low light. Is that too harsh? There's plants that tolerate lower light better, for example the ZZ, the Sansevieria, but if you put them in bright light, they're almost always happier.
Hot take, ivy are old school and not the good kind.
One hot take that I have is that alocasia typically don't make good houseplants. They get quite a few pests, spider mites, thrips, even some aphids during the winter. They can work as houseplants, but just to me, they tend to be more of a headache than they're worth. I guess another hot take, and maybe you hear this a fair amount, is poinsettias are generally non-toxic. They're not something you'd want to eat, but at the same time, there are a lot of growers who will do a poinsettia salad just to prove that they are non-toxic. They're in the euphorbia family, so they have kind of that latex sap, which on some euphorbia species can be an irritant. On poinsettias, it doesn't tend to be, but I do hear quite a bit that people say they're highly toxic, they kill pets and animals, but they don't really do that. I won't say fully non-toxic because it's got, latex and I don't want people eating a poinsettia, but they're not acutely toxic.
You've heard me say this before, but I think fiddly figs are super overrated. I just think they're really trendy right now. I think if you want to go with a trendy plant, you should go with an olive tree. They look a lot nicer, they match with furniture better, and they're easier to take care of. Granted, you do have to have a lot of light. They're just all around an easier plant, I think.
Houseplant hot take. I think marigolds are for your grandma's garden. I love grandma's. No offense, I love mine. But I will never plant marigolds in my garden. I just can't.
Okay, my plant hot take, it applies everywhere. It applies in the greenhouse, but it applies at home, applies to everybody. Underwater your plants, people. Everybody and their mother is drowning their houseplants and watering them too frequently. And it's really hard for a plant in a pot to bounce back from being overwatered and rotting. But the overwatering is a death sentence in most cases. Water your plants less. Let them dry out more. Kind of push them a little bit and see if they wilt. We're drowning our plants.
My perennial hot take would be that daylilies are in. They kind of have a reputation for being a grandma plant, but there's some really cool varieties coming out, colors, sizes, so get your daylilies.
And I feel like my other hot take is people would be a lot happier if they got in the dirt more often and gardened.
I guess another hot take is that fungus gnats, while they are annoying, they don't kill plants. There's literature that says that they can damage cuttings of plants that have no roots if the fungus gnats are in very high populations, but outside of that context, they're really just a nuisance pest. Doesn't mean don't get rid of them, but if you have a plant that's deteriorating and there are fungus gnats, it may be because the plant's just overly saturated and there's fungus growing on the soil which attracts the gnats.
My gardening hot take, specifically for perennials, I would say that shade gardens are more fun, and there is a lot more flexibility with full sun gardens, but in shade gardens you get a lot more appreciation for your foliage. It's a great way to take advantage of your space under your trees and kind of expand on your garden beds. I think more people should take advantage of those areas in their yard.
Hot take number 2, succulents are really hard. I have had them many times, and I guess maybe I just don't have the magic touch because I cannot keep those things alive. I do what the tag says I'm supposed to do. I don't have an answer for that. I don't have a solution on how to make succulents actually easy. You just have to be blessed. Like the plant gods have to bless you to be good at succulents, and I am not one of those blessed people.